It's totally unusual this. December the 23rd, with Christmas Day just around the corner from it, and a massive, massive bill of boxing. Will AJ win his fight up against Otto Wallen? Wallen really fancies himself to beat AJ. And will Wilder win his fight against Joseph Parker? Joseph Parker, Simon's amongst them, said if he gets it right, he could upset the apple cart. We shall see. In the meantime, though, the third fight out tomorrow night features a fellow who impresses many. 18 fights, no defeats. The fella is called Jai Opetaia from down under in Australia, and he goes in against Ellis Zorro. It's a cruiserweight fight, and so much is expected of Jai Opetaia. So much so that if he comes through this, it's the big time for him afterwards. I'm delighted to say, live from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Jai Opetaia joins us on the show. Jai, good afternoon to you. How are you feeling so close to fight night?
Feeling good, man. All weighed in this morning. You know, just been eating all day, fueling up, ready to go to war tomorrow.
When you were on with us just the other day, Jai, Simon turned to me and he said he's impressed with this young man. He knows what he's there to do. He's there to do a job. So where is your focus now as we're talking about less than 48 hours to you getting in the ring?
The focus hasn't changed. You know, I'm here to do a job. I'm here to win a fight. You know, and this is a stepping stone once again. You know, I'm here on one of the biggest platforms, if not the biggest fight night in history. You know, and I'm happy to take part in this. You know, it's huge. It's huge for my career. It's huge for my profile, big for my bank account, and it's big for boxing in general. You know, it's. I feel like this is a massive move in boxing. You know, the Saudis are really sort of raising a bar and putting the politics aside and letting the best fighters fight the best fighters. It's something boxing's needed for a long time. So it's good to finally, you know, that it's finally here and I'm a part of it.
What does it do for you, Jai? Because it's an interesting conundrum for you, because I think most people perceive you to be the monster of the cruiserweight division. And whilst we've got vested interest in the UK with Riak Paul and Chris Billam-Smith and previously Lawrence Okoli, I think the perception is you're the beast. But you've stepped away from your IBF title and had to vacate it because of the fact that you're taking fights such as this. What does this do for you, Jai, besides boost your bank balance?
To be honest, there's nothing negative about that. You know, I feel like what they're doing over here in Saudi, everyone's going to want a piece of this cake. You know what I mean? And my foot's in the door first. You know, I feel like I'm growing the cruiserweight division on an international level. You know, there is some great cruiserweights coming through the UK, but it's just a matter of time before they want to get it over here and be a part of these big fight nights in Saudi. You know, I feel like it was the right decision for myself, and you know, I feel like it's just a matter of time before the belts come back.
Is that what you're going to do? You're going to circle back round? Because everyone feels that with the level that you're at, and I think the level that you're at eclipses, with no disrespect intended to you or the fighters that you're fighting, I think the level that you're at is way above Jordan Thompson and also way above Ellis Zorro. But does that mean that after these fights you establish your relationship with a Saudi? Do you look to circle back and start gaining belts back in the cruiserweight, or do you start looking at the heavies?
No, definitely got a lot of boxes to tick as a cruiserweight. You know, I feel like this fighting Ellis Zorro on this big card, I feel like this is a step closer to becoming the undisputed cruiserweight king. You know, I'm still looking to collect all those belts, and I feel like even though I've stepped away from the IBF belt, this is still bring me closer to becoming the unifying all the other belts, because these people here, they don't care about the politics. They don't care about all the that happens outside of the ring. You know, they just want to see the best fight the best, and that's what I want. I want to win these belts. You know, all the other noise that happens outside of that, you know, it just gets in the way. But these guys are very direct, and they know what they want, and I'm telling you, it's just a matter of time before everything else falls into place. All I got to do is my job. I got to perform every time I need to. I got to train hard, stay ready, and the rest will fall into place.
Does it lead you back to Breeders sooner rather than later?
Sorry?
Does it lead you back to a rematch with Breeders sooner rather than later?
Breeders could have had that rematch. You know, don't forget, this is the second time Briedis has pulled out. You know, and now he's promoting his fighting for the IBF, bro. It's rewarded. He didn't earn that. You know, I beat him fair and square, and then he pulled out of the fight twice, and I'm meant to sit around and wait for him to be ready. It doesn't even make sense to me. You know what I mean? How can I stay ready? I can stay fit. You know, I'm ready to defend the belt, and I got mandatories pulling out, and then they're, you know, telling me I can't fight and move forward in my career, move forward to provide for my family, be on a massive platform. You know, it come to a stage where the belt's actually holding me back from reaching my full potential. So, you know, I doubt Briedis will want to fight me again. You know, and if he does, bring it on.
Jai, just a couple from me before we say bye-bye to you. Has it been a strange set of circumstances this week? All the fighters out there seemingly under one roof. You're almost bumping into each other. I mean, have you and Zorro, have your paths crossed this week?
We have, but you know, I've always said, you know, my opponent's not my enemy. You know what I mean? It's just my opponent. We respect the sport, and we're here to do a job. So, you know, it's funny watching the heavyweights here. You know, Miller's a bit of a stirrer. He gets into everyone's face, but you know, it's entertaining. It's good fun. But I'm used to this. You know, I'm born around. I've been doing these tournaments, rocking up in big hotels and staying here versus in other countries since I was a little kid. You know, my life has been molded for this stuff. I didn't just stumble upon this sport, you know. I've been doing this stuff. I had my first fight at 8 years old. I've travelled the world. I've stayed in the same hotels as my opponents, you know.
Yeah.
This is just another stepping stone.
This is what you do,
you know
right?
I mean? This is what I do, exactly.
This is what we do. What we do is talking live radio, so we'll need just to remind you to watch your language if you don't mind, Jai, just as we come to the end of this.
My bad.
No, it's okay, mate. It's all right. You'll notice I'm saying that to you from a long way away from Riyadh. I doubt if I'd actually say that to your face. Jai, here's the thing. You come through this, tell fight fans here in the UK, would you be keen to come over here and take on Chris Billam-Smith down at the Vitality at Bournemouth in his own backyard? Would you do that?
Man, I'd fight him anywhere, but I feel like that's a stupid decision to do. I feel like he should be here in Riyadh, being on the biggest boxing cards in history, getting out of his hometown and fighting here. You know, being a part of the movement of boxing. You know, this isn't just good for our careers. These type of fight nights are good for actual boxing. You know, my last name will be imprinted on the move and the moves that these fights are making for boxing in the right direction. You know, this is about the best fighting the best. You know, I don't know why I would have to come to his arena and fight there. Look at this place. You know, Riyadh's making a difference in all different aspects of sports. So I feel like that would be a silly decision to do that. And I feel like if he was smart, he would come here.
Okay, very briefly, you've been listening to the chat out there. Is there a thought in your mind that we might see a major upset elsewhere? That we might see AJ toppled? That we might see Wilder toppled?
I think AJ will get the job done, but I'm backing Usyk Parker hard. You know, I'm looking for an upset. You know, Wilder's obviously got that dynamite in his hands, but if he don't knock Parker out, I don't see him winning, you know, and Parker's still got that power. I feel like he's coming through his second win, you know. He knows there's no second chances. You know, this is his part, this is his spot, and yeah, man, I'm backing the Usyk.
Jay, listen, we enjoy listening to you. Jay Opetaia, thank you so much for joining us, and good luck tomorrow night. Not that I think you'll need it.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, boys.
Jai Opetaia, third fight out tomorrow night. Simon, I know he impresses you. He certainly says what he means and means what he says, that's for sure.